Hello everybody, the Quiet Atheist here yet again with another very interesting video for you guys today. This particular video is going to be a little bit different, and the reason why it's going to be different is because of the fact that I'm going to combine two stories in this video. And the reason why I want to do that is because of the fact that these two stories that I'm going to be talking about tie directly together, basically. And it's something that I felt compelled to share with you guys because I think that this situation is very interesting. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below at the end of this video, because I would really be interested on seeing what you guys have to say about this particular situation. Now, the first story that I want to talk about involves a congressman who goes by the name of Steve King. Now, I think that it's pretty safe to say that he is against same-sex marriage, and he doesn't want the Supreme Court to make any type of decision regarding same-sex marriage. He doesn't want the Supreme Court to have this kind of power. Now, to shed a little bit of light on this subject, I want to read a part of this article to you guys so that you can become more familiar with the particular bill that he's trying to introduce in Congress. Now, Washington, D.C. Congressman Steve King released the following statement after introducing his bill, the Restrain the Judges on Marriage Act of 2015. This bill strips federal courts of jurisdiction to hear cases related to marriage. The effect of the bill would prevent federal courts from hearing marriage cases, leaving the issue to the states where it properly belongs. Now, the second part that I wanted to read with to you guys is a quote from this Congressman Steve King, and it's something that is rather disturbing. And it's something, like I have said before in many videos, that I am completely against. And I quote, "For far too long, federal courts have overstepped their constitutionally limited duty to interpret the Constitution. Rather, federal courts have perverted the Constitution to make law and create constitutional rights to things such as privacy, birth control, and abortion. These unenumerated, so-called constitutionally protected rights were not envisioned by our founding fathers." Now, he basically wants to strip a lot of things from the Supreme Court. He wants to take away their power. And I think that it's pretty safe to say that it's because of the fact that, you know, the Supreme Court is potentially going to rule in favor of same sex marriage, and it's something that a lot of these Christians are against. I think it's wrong. I think that these individuals don't have a right to tell people what they can and cannot do, especially when they want to love one another like everybody else does. I think that's pretty normal. It's not offensive, but this guy sees different, and he's trying to get this bill passed through Congress where it would literally strip the, Supreme Court from making decisions. It would like strip their power completely. That's what he wants to do. I think it's atrocious. I think it's preposterous, and I don't think that this bill should ever be passed in any way, shape, or form. But I think that it is also safe to say that they'll try everything they can to get some type of bill passed that would eventually ruin it for a lot of individuals. They're that pathetic, you know. But there's a small kick to this story that I wanted to share with you guys, and it involves the next story that I want to share, and it involves another representative who goes by the name of Jared Polis. Now, in this particular article, Jared Polis wants to basically create a new bill that would prevent uh, King from introducing new bills, basically. And it's something that is really funny because obviously this Jared Polis is completely against what King is trying to do. He doesn't want King to strip the Supreme Court, or he doesn't want King to be successful with that new bill that he's trying to pass. He thinks it's rather ridiculous, and rightfully so, because it's something that, these, Christians and Republicans have been trying to do for a very long time. They've been trying to introduce new bills, and rather ridiculous bills, I might add, to try and get these people to, lose their power, if you will, when it comes to a lot of issues that these Christians have a problem with. But to shed a little bit of light on this subject, I wanted to share a part with you guys that I think is very interesting. And it comes from this representative or Republican, Jared Polis. I'm not sure what that stands for, but I wanted to share this part with you guys. And I quote, "For far too long, Steve King has overstepped his constitutionally non existent judicial authority," Polis said. "Mr. King has perverted the Constitution to create rights to things such as discrimination, bullying, and disparate treatment. These efforts to enshrine these appalling values are constitutional rights were not as constitutional rights were not envisioned by the voters or by King's colleagues who must currently try to restrain his attempts to single-handedly rewrite the nation's founding principles on a bill-by-bill basis." I think this is rather interesting, and I actually hope that this individual who is combating Congressman King on these issues is successful. I hope that he is, because, this type of thinking that this King has in his mind is absolutely atrocious. He doesn't want to see any kind of progress. And I think that it's pretty safe to say that this Congressman King is is homophobic. He doesn't want to see any kind of social development, because again, he's blinded by his Christianity. And personally, I think that is very unfortunate. But I think it'd be interesting just to see how this type of thing is going to pan out. And it's something that I am definitely looking forward to. But like I said, both of these stories in their entirety will be in the description down below. So that way you guys can become more familiar with what is going on with this situation. But like I said, I think that this Jared Polis is an awesome individual for doing this. And I think, you know, I hope he is actually successful in preventing this idiot from going any further with these ridiculous bills. Because when it comes to Christianity, like I have always said before, I think that it's unfortunate that this type of behavior is in the government to begin with, because obviously it is causing a lot of problems. And it's eventually going to take a long time for situations to improve when it comes to our government, because, when it comes to, Christian Republicans, they are ripping the Constitution apart, bill by bill, because the more things that they introduce, the more that the Constitution is literally being ripped apart with these bills, and they don't care. They don't really care, because after all, they do want a theocracy. But feel free to share this video with anyone that may be interested, whether it be on Facebook, Google Plus, Tumblr, Reddit, Yahoo, or wherever you guys hang out. Till next time I am out, I will see you guys next video, and thank you for watching.